All right. Howdy, folks. Welcome to the Orthodox Small Business Alliance podcast. We have our dear brother in Christ here, Dimitri, and he has an exciting new life venture, uh, building a new business, and he's here to tell us all about it. So we're going to give Dimitri the floor right away, and we'd love to hear more about what you're doing.
Great.
Brother,
Thank you,
brother,
Peter.
tell us.
I really appreciate you having me on. I know I just reached out to you guys last week and we're doing a lot as we start this new business. So thanks for having me and yeah, should I just go ahead and get started?
Jump in, brother.
Okay, great. So my name is Dmitry Florakis. I live here in San Francisco. I go to Holy Virgin Cathedral right over that way, where the relics of St. John Maximovich are housed. I'm there on the altar. I serve, pretty regularly. I'm at the candle desk multiple times a week. So I grew up in New York. I'm a Greek American, but now I'm here in San Francisco attending Holy Virgin Cathedral. And at the cathedral, there's a lot of different Orthodox ethnicities. We used to have an Orthodox school there, so I've been teaching for the past, 8 or 9, 10 years.
Wow.
Mostly at that school where we had St. John's Academy at Holy Virgin Cathedral. But unfortunately, the school closed down last year. And, I've always loved educating people, but I also had a degree, and I have a degree, I still have it, in communications.
Cool.
So I've had a degree in communications, and I'm very proud to be Greek. And I wanted to do something both with my degree in communications and my Greek ethnicity. And I've been thinking about it for years. My grandma is from the island of Chios. So Chios is I wish I had a map here so I could show, but Chios is an island, it's right next to Turkey, very close. You can actually see Turkey from Chios, and you can see, um, and vice versa too. And when you're driving around on Chios, you can hear the Turkish Airways on the radio.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That
So
sounded
it's a
interesting.
it's a beautiful island. And one thing about Chios is that it has mastika. So do you know what mastika is or
Not at all. What is that?
so let me show you. I have a couple mastika things. So this is mastika
Oh,
in a
wow.
jar. It's kind of like a creamy, this one's the creamy version, but it's a tree resin.
Oh, cool.
So it smells delicious.
Mm.
And they also have an alcoholic version. It's well known for chewing gum. Lots of
Oh,
different Mediterranean cultures use masika for chewing gum.
oh, that
And
sounds like a business right there.
yeah, I mean, but the thing is, everyone's done something with mastika before from Chios. And for years, I've always loved mastika. Like going to Greece, I would eat mastika, drink mastika. They have mastika skincare products. It goes really well with anything. It's good for your skin. It's good for your teeth. It's good for your stomach. It's considered a natural superfood.
Wow. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So Masika is in almost everything. And when my grandma, my yaya, passed away in 2020, I wanted to do something to honor her. And
Memory
to
eternal.
honor, say it again?
Memory eternal.
Yeah, thank you. So I wanted to do something to honor her and to honor Masika and her homeland. So I looked into creating Masika liqueur or alcohol. Because that's the thing, like everyone's done a Masika liqueur. So the market was pretty big and a lot of people were doing it. I want to do something unique. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to do a Masika liqueur. I'm not going to compete with all these other big brands out there. So I thought, okay, what else can I use Masika in that hasn't been used before? And it has a very unique smell. So I figured, okay, maybe someone's done a Mastika fragrance before. I'll try them out and see how they are. And I tried like I'm not gonna just name names of who I tried that I didn't like, but I tried like 2 or 3 different fragrances, and they were kind of eau de toilette, or they just didn't last very long. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Mastika has a really nice, beautiful cleansing smell. It kind of is like cedar or pine,
Mm.
kind of like Christmassy vibes. And I was just like, why hasn't anyone been able to do a really good Masika fragrance?
Hmm.
So I kind of took it upon myself to do some research and reach out to different perfumers and see if they knew what Mastika was. Uh, some people do know what it is, and in English it's called mastic.
Okay.
So, but I like how Mastika sounds better, and that's what I'm used to with the original Greek.
Yeah.
So I reached out to perfumers here in San Francisco because there's actually a big perfume community here and a big perfume business called Ministry of Scent. So Ministry of Scent, it's not Orthodox, it's not actually a ministry.
Sadly,
Sadly. I
maybe
mean,
one day.
yeah, God willing. I mean, there are a lot of people who are involved in different religions and mysticism and things like that in Ministry of Scent. I'm kind of entering the perfume world with the Orthodox angle. And
Yes.
so it's interesting talking to people that are from a pagan background or from
Mm.
a mystic background and their idea about using nature and herbs and this and that for healing purposes. And I was like, yeah, that's true, but there's also realities involved, and we can't just be like talking to spirits. And that's my opinion, and that's the Orthodox opinion. And I'm like, I'm going in with this with an Orthodox angle.
Yeah.
So,
Good.
so I reached out to these
I commend
people.
you. That's brave. A lot of people, sometimes they don't like to associate what they do with the faith. And this is what OSBA is all about. I think it's actually very important because we cannot keep our faith only bound in the four walls of the church.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. What's tricky is like it is, it is a secular ministry of scent. And it is the business I'm doing is in a sense kind of secular because I'm working with a perfumer in Athens, and
Oh,
he and I both
beautiful.
talked about like the Orthodox angle and how to include it in the business, how not to include it in the business. Because, it's also tricky because I'm a practicing Orthodox Christian, and everyone on my team is an Orthodox Christian,
Oh, wow. I
which is
love to hear
great.
that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
But also, it's tricky because, I mean, you know about this because you work with other Orthodox small businesses. There's orthodoxy in the practice of it in your life, and then there's orthodoxy as an aesthetic. So it's like you don't want to overuse orthodoxy as an
Yeah.
aesthetic. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah. And you don't need to. I mean, there's so many other things that you can focus on and utilize other than just the visual aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like business practices, I think are so important. Let's close our businesses on Sundays, so that our workers don't have to go and work for us while we go to church or whatever the
Yeah.
case is. There's so many. I mean, that's only one example.
100%. What's interesting too about, I mean, I'll get into the prayer aspect of my business soon,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
just to close up about like how I'm working with this perfumer. So I contacted a Ministry of Scent, and the Ministry of Scent basically said you need to reach out to this guy in Greece named Spiros. Spiros knows what Masika is, and he's worked with it before. And I was like,
Cool.
oh. So I contacted Spiros, and he's like, you have a great idea. I've used Masika, but like in like two of my perfumes. So he said, contact these people in California. Give me people in California to contact because he's like, work with people locally. That's best. I said, okay. I contacted the people locally. Either they didn't know what Masika was or they weren't interested in working with me. So I went back to Dr. Spiros and I said, Dr. Spiro, look, you're a world like renowned perfumer. You know what Masika is. Can we please collaborate on this together? And he said yes.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. So we got a business contract signed and completed and everything, and he knows what he's doing. I've tried his perfumes before, his Mastika perfumes, and they actually are very high quality. But he doesn't feature it like really as a Greek ingredient, and he doesn't really share too much about what Mastika does or what Mastika is. So I was like, I talked to him about it and we developed these ideas. And it's like, I want to do three different scents, all about like the, the Greek diet and the Greek palate and really featuring the Orthodox background of what Masika is and where it came from. Um, so do you know about Saint Isidore of Chios, or have you
I've
heard of
heard of
him?
Saint Isidore, but I'm not too familiar with his background.
Okay, so Saint Isidore or Saint Isidoros of Chios, he was an early Christian martyr on the island of Chios. So he was an Egyptian soldier, I think, for the Roman Empire. And when they were visiting Chios, my grandma's island. So when they were visiting there, and actually his feast day on the new calendar was yesterday, by the way.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so May 14th. But when he was visiting Chios, they said, you need to sacrifice to the pagan gods. And he said no. His father came to the island, and his father tried to convince him, like, hey, like, I didn't know you were a Christian. You need to renounce Christianity in order to uh, to avoid martyrdom, to avoid death. And basically, Saint Isidore told his dad, like, no, I'm not going to renounce Christianity. Instead, you should look into and convert to Christianity. So when
Nice.
the son told the father, like, you should look into Christianity and consider converting, the father was like, basically went back to the authorities and was like, yeah, my son is not going to renounce Christianity. Like, expedite the process, definitely just kill him.
Yeah,
So,
right on. Glory to God.
so when he was killed, uh, the legend goes and the story goes, and I believe this thoroughly, is that when he was killed, that's when these masika trees, these are the native trees of Chios in the south side of the island, the trees started crying the masika tears.
Oh wow.
So this tree, this specific species of this specific tree cries these tears still to this day, and that is what masika is.
Oh, so it's a miracle.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
beautiful.
only yeah, it's only grown on that island. It was a miraculous thing, and then so there's some people, and it's true, there are historical records of Masika being used beforehand, before Saint Isidore. So Hippocrates talks about it, and he talks about the healing properties of mastika and how it was used. And there are other early writers that talk about mastika, but in order for mastika to be harvested, you need to like um, take like a tool and do an incision in the tree in order to like harm the tree a little bit so the tree weeps the masika after you injure the tree. But the trees, when Saint Isidore was martyred, started weeping on their own, or started
Oh
crying on
wow.
their own without
Oh
anyone
wow.
actually going in there to gather the sap.
So are you sourcing then your Masika from these particular trees?
Yes.
Oh wow, that's amazing. That's so cool. That's a
Yeah.
really cool story, even for, branding, marketing purposes. I think that's really awesome.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, and thank God because like again, honestly, it's a big project and it's very expensive because we're using mastika straight from the trees from Chios. You can get like other types of species and other types of trees, but the other it's not true authentic Greek mastika. So
Mm.
um it's a product of origin. I think it's a PDO. I forgot exactly the acronym, but it's a protected species in Chios. So it's protected by the church. It's protected by the Greek government. It's designated as a not it's not an endangered species unless there are more fires in Chios because there were fires in Chios that people were worried it would get the masika trees, um, the
Some sort of like
wildfire.
historical or cultural significant sort of
Yeah,
deal. Interesting.
100%. So it's a protected species on the island and recognized worldwide and by the EU as like being like Greek mastika is only from Chios. It's like feta. Feta is can only be feta if it's from Greece. If there's feta, like in
Mm,
California, we have feta, but it's not actually real authentic.
I see. So similar to the situation with champagne, something like that.
Exactly.
Sure, sure.
Exactly. 100%.
Wow, that's
So
amazing.
yeah. It's there's so much to share about Masika. It's kind of hard to do it all in a nutshell, but Greeks know what it is, and lots of people outside of Greece don't know what it is. Like I grew up with Masika, and I personally love the Masika gelato. Gelato, like
Oh,
in
that sounds amazing.
mhm.
That reminds me of like rosewater ice cream. Oh, that's delicious.
Yeah, exactly. That's the same, exactly same kind of vein, right?
Right.
So it's like rosewater ice cream or rosewater treats in the Mediterranean,
Mhm.
Masika, um, like all these little things. Like in Greece, have you been to Greece?
No, I wish. God willing, I
Uh,
will one day.
you got to go. Have you been
Yeah.
to any Orthodox countries or?
Alaska once before I was Orthodox, sadly, but I'd love to go
Fine.
again to visit the Orthodox experience.
Yeah, you need to for sure. I mean, the one thing about going to Orthodox countries and like everyone has their own like different version of sweets and treats. Like if you go to Mount Athos, you get lukumi. Do you know what lukumi is?
No, I don't believe I do.
The like, well, depends who you ask what it is. Like we'll say it's Greek delights, but like otherwise known as Turkish delights.
Sure, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the more proper way to describe them, I would imagine, is a Turkish delight.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, a Greek
Well,
delight.
like yeah. Some people would say it's proper. Anyway, in English we say Turkish delight. We say lukumi, or some people call it lukum.
Okay.
But that's what you get like when you go to the monasteries, and then you have like rose lukumi, you have masika lukumi.
Oh
Uh,
wow. Dang.
yeah,
I need some of this now.
it you need. We'll exchange info after, and then
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
get you some. But Yeah, so basically, so Spiros and I, we're developing three scents. The three scents that we're gonna do are, the first one is gonna be like sweet and creamy, vanilla, honey based.
Mhm,
They're all in development, these scents, right?
mhm.
So the first one is gonna be mostly based off of what I was showing you earlier, the creamy masika, that we call it in Greek ipovrichia. Actually, can you give me a second? I'll show you what we do with it.
Of course, yeah.
Ipovrichia means submarine. So what
Oh,
we do
cool.
is, I'll show you. I should have been more prepared with the all the mastika ingredients ready. But essentially, this is just a glass of water. And then in Greece, what you do on a hot summer day is you take a like spoonful of this mastika.
Dang. Can you eat it just like that? It's like it kind of reminds me of
Yeah,
coconut oil.
yeah, it kind of is coconut oily. This one's pretty creamy on its own. But you just take it, you dip it.
Nice.
Yeah, and it kind of like dissolves. It's like kind of like it's stuck to the spoon, but it dissolves slowly over time. And then you can drink the water. You can eat it like a lollipop, or just like chew on it.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah. So the first scent is going to be based off of this.
Wow.
The second scent is going to be a bit more flowery, herbal kind of use. This was my original idea. The scent of like herbal, flowery, using Greek ingredients and things that are found naturally in the Aegean Sea. So
Right.
rosemary, lavender,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a little bit of rose, thyme.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third scent is going to be something that people requested, which is something that's a bit darker or musky or boozy, which is going to
Mm-hmm.
be eucalyptus, kind of smoky, maybe a little bit like walnutty, and
Mm-hmm.
uh, and every scent's going to have masika, obviously.
This is
So
interesting. So will these perfumes be sort of tailored more towards men or women or both?
so it's going to be unisex.
Mhm.
So all of them can be for men or for women. In the fragrance world, it's pretty much like commonly agreed upon that every scent or any scent can be for whichever gender.
Mhm.
But we have these like notions of like something being more masculine or something being more feminine, but it
Mhm.
really matters on how it interacts with your skin,
Mhm.
and everyone is going to have different styles and things like that. Like vanilla. Originally, before getting into the fragrance world and fragrance industry, I was thinking, oh, vanilla, that's going to be a bit more feminine. But
Mhm.
I went to Ministry of Scent and I was like, hey, one of my scents coming up is going to be kind of like vanilla, creamy mastica, and I want to try out some vanilla scents. Like, do you suggest any that are more masculine per se? And they're like, oh, this one and this one. It's a bit more smooth and a bit more crisp. And I tried it out and I was like, now it's one of my favorite scents. Even though originally I would think, okay, vanilla's gonna be more feminine. Like now I have this scent I love. Um, it's a French scent. I think it's Maison d'Etre is the name of the scent, and it's just, classic, clean, crisp. Hard to say if it's feminine or masculine. Um,
Right. That's
but yeah, this
interesting.
is kind of what we have as a mock-up because these are um, not made yet. We're in pre-production or development phase, but this is kind of like the sweet one. This is the herbal flowery one, and then this is the aromatic smoky one.
Nice.
This church is this Church of Saint Isidore or Saint Isidoros of Chios, and our name SIDO Fragrances were named after him.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So yeah, he's our namesake. He's our saint. Um, but the one thing like I'm trying to get across to people is that we don't have these fragrances yet
Right.
because it's a Kickstarter project.
Okay.
Do you know how Kickstarter works?
Yeah, I'm familiar. You pitch the idea and see if people are interested. And if they're interested enough, they'll put their money where their mouth is.
Exactly. So we are on Kickstarter, tinyurl.com/SIDO fragrances, SIDO fragrances, and we're trying to raise 50K by June 1st, by the end of the day, June 1st, Pacific Daylight Time, so PDT.
Okay.
We have about 2.5 weeks left, and right now we're at 20%. So I'm really pushing, getting a lot of different podcast interviews, talking to Greek American influencers and social
Mm.
media people, and spreading the word at churches and Greek festivals, and also we're going to be at a Mediterranean festival in Sacramento area, and we're going to have a Masika tasting booth.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Sacramento. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So it's St. Stephen Orthodox Church in Sacramento or in Rancho Cordova. It's a Sacramento area. But if anyone's available, May 23rd and May 24th, we'll be there all day and we'll have masika for free. So we'll have masika candies, we'll have masika white chocolate.
Wow, that
What
sounds
else
so
are we
good.
gonna have? Yeah, I got it straight. It's coming today. The package is
Oh
from
wow,
US.
that's so cool.
Yeah, so and it's all going to be free, and our only ask is going to be, scan the
Donate.
QR code and
Yeah,
pledge on the Kickstarter.
yeah, yeah. How can people not want to do this? I think this sounds really cool. Because we at least sacramentally, well, we take fragrance pretty seriously. I mean, maybe we might not put it on our bodies, but we know the importance of sweet smelling scents.
Mhm.
Um, but I would well, and it's just also something that I really love about Holy Orthodoxy is that people in the church understand the importance and of beauty, and beauty is actually taken very seriously. So I think it's something that we should all deeply consider, uh, supporting you and what you're trying to do, and also so for many other reasons too, to because how many people have a fragrance in their bathroom? I would imagine quite a bit,
Yeah.
and rather than giving their money to who knows what, you can rattle off a list of names. We should be able to give to our brothers and sisters in Christ, and to build and help in some way build a strong Orthodox economy.
Yeah, I agree. And what's really nice about with this project, is that I've been talking to other Orthodox creators, at least here. I'm based here, right? We're both based here in California. And other people I know, there's a girl, her name is Christina. Her last name's not coming to mind, but she's in the Sacramento area and she does candles.
Oh, I
Her
think I know
company,
her. uh
Sunday Glow is her company. Do you know
yeah.
Christina?
I think we've interacted before. I'm pretty sure it's not Sunday Glow. Is she's Orthodox, yeah?
Yeah, she's Orthodox.
Okay, I think I've come across her account. Hey,
Yeah,
brother, sorry, just to jump in.
yeah.
Getting a message from Zoom saying that we're about to run out of time. Never mind. Okay, scratch that. Okay,
We're good?
yeah, we'll cut that out. All right, skip.
Okay.
Go ahead and continue.
Okay. So, yeah, so Christina is doing candles. And so she and I were talking about like fragrances, and a lot of people are asking me about like, oh, when are you going to do Masika candles?
Oh, yeah, that's
And I would
cool.
love to, and I would love to collaborate with, someone on that in the future, maybe
Oh,
Christina or someone else.
oh, that's
Um,
interesting. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, I was selling candles on the side, and I was doing beeswax candles. So
uh-huh.
I'm not saying, we should link up, but what I am saying is that if you do candles, I would push heavily for beeswax candles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That would be really cool.
I mean, beeswax would go really well with mastica too.
Okay, that's good to
So,
know.
but the thing is, for right now, I'm just so focused on the fragrances because that hasn't been done before.
Yeah.
And like a whole fragrance line dedicated to mastica has not been done. There are mastica
Wow.
fragrances, but not a whole fragrance line. So I'm focused on that. And obviously, we're focused on our Kickstarter because our deadline is June 1st.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Wow, that's so cool. That's so
give me a
exciting.
second. I think my mastica package actually just
Hey,
came.
that's
Hold
exciting.
on.
Okay.
Yes, package. Can you edit this out?
Yeah, I mean I could, but
I'll be
it
right
makes it
back. I
so
need to
much
get
more
the package.
interesting.
Hold on. Let me text also my friend and tell her I'm gonna run late to our phone call.
Okay, well, I see a countdown here. We have 7 minutes left on Zoom. That's why I hate Zoom.
Oh boy.
I don't know how to record on Google Meets. I got to figure out how to do
Yeah.
that.
I don't know either, but okay. Yeah, that was 7 minutes works. But yeah, okay, I'm back.
Right on.
So I'll do a live unboxing.
There we go.
I don't even remember what I ordered. This is Masika shop.
Cool. And that's straight
So
from Greece, huh?
yeah.
Wow.
So I mean the thing is I've ordered for them so much because I'm doing so much promotion for SIDO fragrances and it gets pricey because of all the imports and
Yeah.
every time I have to pay a fee, but it's worth it. So these are some Masika things and products that I'll be having at the St. Stephen Orthodox Church Festival in Rancho Cordova.
Oh, white chocolate?
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm gonna try one now live. So basically, I was thinking of having. Oh no, it's not.
It's powder.
It's a
Interesting.
powder.
You're gonna have to make your own chocolate cubes.
So we're gonna make, or we're just gonna do our own drinks. Yeah, you make it gently heat up a cup, fresh milk, 2 tablespoons of this, or for cold chocolate. Yeah, so we'll do some drinks for the kids,
There we go.
and we'll have the regular Masika liqueur, the alcoholic version for the adults.
Sounds great.
So we have this, and then we'll obviously have. Give me a second. These guys I already have on hand. This is the Masika liqueur.
Nice. Okay.
So we're gonna have this brand, and we'll have another brand. And this is it infused with coffee bitters.
Wow. Okay.
So we'll have this,
Skittles.
and we'll have the regular version too. Um, yeah, I thought they were at. I didn't read the description very well, or maybe my Greek is not 100%, and I didn't realize that it's not edible chocolates.
Oh well. You live and learn.
Yeah, but basically, and then these are some products that my friend requested so I'm gonna pay her, or she's gonna pay me back. These are not part of the business, but just so some other products that if you want to see. So this is mastica and coffee.
Coffee. Interesting.
Here's milk chocolate with mastica. I mean, it's kind of like ube,
Mm-hmm.
right? How everyone like either like loves ube or doesn't like ube, but it's in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that right? That the purple thing is
Yeah.
ube, right?
I believe so. Yeah. I like the earthy, very like subtle sweetness of these kinds of like natural flavors. I think it's
Hmm.
great compared to some of the just disgustingly sweet things that we have here in America
Yeah.
oftentimes.
This is the golden stuff. This is the liquid gold though of Greece. This is the pure mastika.
Wow, okay.
So this is the mastika oil. Again, it comes in like the sap form or the creamy form, but this is the essential oil, and this is what we'll use in the perfumes itself.
Oh wow, okay.
Itself. I mean, you can't smell it, but
Yes, I can.
this is like so. I'm gonna have these on my person at the event so people can smell, or if they want to dab like a drop or two of oil on themselves.
Mhm.
Um, Yeah,
That's
but people
cool.
can use this as in like their diffusers.
Right.
Yeah, but we're gonna
That's
use it for the colognes and the perfumes, and also that's the other thing too. Like when I say perfume, that can be unisex, right? Cologne, people usually think of like for men, but when we say perfumes, it's like the French parfum, which
yeah.
can be for either gender.
Is it fragrance or
Yeah, like
is
a
it?
fragrance. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, so that's really cool. Well, I'm excited for you. I wish you the very best. And I'm looking forward to seeing what more comes from SIDO.
thank you,
Uh,
Peter.
yeah, and yeah, I hope we can encourage some more folks. to start something, to become a little more entrepreneurial, and to help build a stronger Orthodox economy in whatever way that we can.
Yeah. So the best thing that people can do to support us is just to join our Kickstarter and pledge. People aren't charged when they pledge unless our goal is met by the end of the day of June 1st. So you can go
Cool.
there, log in through an Apple account or a Facebook account, or if you don't have either of those, you can create a new account on Kickstarter, and then it shouldn't take that long. Just, a couple details. And then you put in your credit card information or your debit card information, but you're not charged unless we reach our goal. So definitely people that are watching that are interested, check us out. We also have a website, sidofragrances.com, so people can like learn more about us on sidofragrances.com too.
It's amazing. And also socials.
Yeah, socials, Instagram, TikTok, all of that.
Nice. Oh, TikTok market. Gotta sell
Yeah,
on TikTok market.
yeah, God willing, eventually.
That's really interesting. I do have one question out of my own curiosity. Does the pledge amount coincide with perhaps the retail price for the fragrance?
So good question. So with the pledges, when you pledge, you can select a reward. So if the project is successful, you can earn back um, what you pledged for. So yes, you would be getting samples of the fragrances. So we have our best deal would be the three different fragrances, samples of the three of these. And then that's the I think it's the $60 value one. I have to go back and double check. But each of these bottles, because again, we're producing them and with Dr. Spiros and with authentic Hios Mastica, it's going to be like 30 for the sample size. Eventually, we hope to have full bottle sizes, and then at that point too, you know, have discounts and things like that.
Amazing. God
Yeah.
bless
But
you.
we're doing them in small batches right now, so just step by step.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
letting us in on all of that.
Thank you so much, Peter.
All right. So our minute is coming, our recording is coming to an end.